Hey my Jujubes, welcome back to another video. So glad that you guys could join me today. It is a little late. It's about almost 9 o'clock. So you probably won't even see the video till a little bit close to 10. But thank you guys for coming back, and thank you so much for subscribing. If you are new here, if you've never been to the channel before, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. I am so glad that you guys decided to join me today. So we're going to get right into it. I do have today some barbecue, some ribs. So I made some ribs today, some deviled eggs in the front, and then I have corn on the side. And right here I just have a mango Arizona to drink. And I am going to put a little bit of this 2-time spicy sauce on some of this ribs. Not a lot because last time it was too hot, but I am going to put a little bit on there. And if you was here before, I am going to finish talking about my book that I have been reading. You guys, of course, are far behind because I'm done reading the whole series now, but I'm going to catch you guys up. So, ooh, that sauce is spicy. So yesterday, I'm going to start with this piece of corn. Anybody else like corn? It's corn. I love corn. So, Kennedy, I'm sorry. Kennedy, can you scoop that up to me some? Just a little bit. Sorry, guys, I seem so far away. Okay, that's fine. So, you okay? Uh-oh. That plate is slippery. Okay, sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, so where we left off yesterday, I was saying that Indy had went to Texas, Houston, to get away from out of the dramatics that were that were back in New York with Yaya. She was pregnant. He thought for sure she lost the baby, but she didn't. So she was feeling kind of down and sad because she felt like she couldn't believe he left her. Didn't even try to see if she was okay. But she knew that it was going to be hard for him to forgive her, even though she didn't do what he thinks she did, but it was hard for her to explain that she did. So she was in New York, her and Mona. And Mona was like, she was like, why are you crying all the time? She's like, I'm just so sad. I can't believe he left me. I can't believe he didn't even try to see if I was okay. He didn't care anything about me. He just picked up and he just moved, and I haven't heard from him. And she's like, I'm tired of sitting in this house. I'm slowly, falling into a depression because she was on bed rest. She was like, I'm slowly falling into a depression, and this is just too much. So Mona was like, well, you want to go outside? I can take you just for a ride, maybe, to the store or something, just to kind of get you some fresh air. So she was like, okay, fine. So the doctor told her, any type of stress to you or your body could cause you to go into preterm labor. So you have to be on bed rest. But she felt like, it's fine. I'm just going to the store with my friend. I'll be right back. So those devil eggs was busting. So she went to get in the car, and she was just telling Mona, how she didn't know what she was going to do, raising this baby by herself. And she was so sad that Mona wasn't going to be here because she was dying. But Mona told her, like, I'm always going to be here. I'm going to be that baby's personal, guardian angel. So they kind of shared a moment, shared a couple of tears. So they go into the store. When they go into the store, they see his name is Bay. And Bay is the person who Mona used to mess with years ago. And ever since she was younger, they kind of had like a teenage love affair. And it just kind of carried over. So mind you, she gave him HIV. And he said that when he seen her, he was going to kill her. So, So, they ran into him in the store, and that's all that y'all could think about was when he called her and said, wherever your friend is, whenever you see her, let her know as soon as I see her, it's over. I'm killing her. So when she saw him, they both panicked. Like, oh my God, like, we got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. We got to get out of here. Now, mind you, Yaya is pregnant, okay? She is 5 or 6 months pregnant, and she ain't supposed to even be outside. So they had to think quick on their feet. So Mona grabbed the wine bottle off the counter and hit him upside the head with him. Sorry, y'all. Kneed him in the gonads and ran out the store. So she's telling Yaya, like, hurry, hurry, hurry. We gotta go, we gotta go. So Yaya like, I'm coming, I'm coming. So they get in the car, they're driving. All of a sudden, he behind them. So they kind of like dodging him on the highway. And on the street, going in and out of traffic. Yaya panicking, Mo panicking. Mo trying to tell Yaya, like, just calm down, and then Mona like, oh my God. She was like, I think my water broke. So they in the car, she's like, please, Mona, please go fast so he don't get us, please. She's trying to go. All of a sudden, they like crash into something, and the car flip over like 3 or 4 times. It just was traumatic. So she's stuck in the front seat. Mona is stuck in the front seat, but Mona's head is like stuck on the steering wheel. And then all of a sudden, here comes Bay on the side with a gun. He was like, I told her, like, having this disease is worse than dying to me. And he was like, and I said, as soon as I see her, it's over. So he killed her. And so she thinking like, please, Bay, like, we've been friends for years. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. So he shot Mona, and then he wound up turning the gun on himself. So now Yaya is in the front seat trying to keep herself calm. She's screaming, somebody help me, somebody help me, somebody help me, because she know that her baby is dying. So she yells, somebody finally called 911. She gets to the hospital. But she passes out eventually. But she gets to the hospital and she has the baby. But the baby's like on life support, in the ICU because she's so little. So she named the baby Skylar. So meanwhile, in Houston, Ethic is trying to not Ethic, Lord help me. Another book. Indy is trying to figure out the drug game in Houston. So he act like he was a homeless man, sat on the block, kind of see how things moved on the street, wind up figuring out like who was the loudmouth and then who was the one who was getting the most money, who he could go to get the information about who their connect was. And so the first day he wound up seeing the loudmouth. They never really said his name, but he wound up calling him the loudmouth. So he saw this other little boy who everybody on the block was like teasing. And they had him walking their dogs and calling him soft and all kind of stuff. But the little boy's mom, he wasn't really a little boy, he was 17, but the little boy's mom was addicted to drugs. And so he was trying to basically get any kind of money he could to take care of him and his sisters. So, Yaya Indy was like, I can train him, you know, school him, and then he can be my right-hand man. He's like, but I got to pour a lot into him. So he picked him up and told him, like, you know, I got some work for you to do. Are you down? And first chance thought he was the police. But then he was like, I got these bricks in the back. So he showed them to him. So he's like, okay, maybe he ain't. So he picked him up. And from that day on, he kind of taught him everything. He know how to shoot a gun, you know, how to be ready for a target. On a target, you know, how to look a man in his eye, how to break down stuff, you know, how to push it through. He taught him everything that he knew. So he became like his protege. So he told him, like, the first thing you got to do is, you know, go back and get your power from the people who used to punk him. So he wound up getting the dogs because they had him walking some dogs. So when Indy came and got him, he wound up tying the dogs to the post and then shooting the dogs and cutting the dog's head off, putting it in the box. And so he wound up taking it back to the block. And so the one dude, like, where you been? Like, I've been looking for you. I've been looking for my dogs, and I'm kind of mad that I've been having to look all over the world for you, you know. So where you been? Like, you know, trying to punk him or whatever. So Chase wound up going on the block, giving him the box with the dog's head. So now the dude want to, you know, he real uptight. He done got swole up in the chest. So Chase starts shooting the block up, making a scene. So basically trying to tell them, like, I need to know who the connect is or whatever. Not necessarily who the connect is, but y'all, these blocks, we about to take over these blocks right here. So either y'all gonna work with my man or y'all gonna have to just be gone. So it's just kind of like you pick what you choose. So everybody who he didn't shoot and kill was kind of like, oh, okay, well, I'm on your team. I'm on your team. Whatever you want to do, I'm on your team. So eventually, long story short, Indy wound up taking over the block. That block. So of course he had to go through a few channels to try to figure out who the head person was. So he found out who the head person was, and him and the head person had a conversation. So he told the head person, like, I done already took over all your blocks. He was like, so either we could be enemies and this could be your last day breathing, or we can go into business together. So the guy was like, well, we just might as well go into business together because, I mean, it's all about the money for me. Like, it ain't no thing. Like, if you know, first he was kind of hesitant about it because he was about to try to kill Indy. But when he got in the car, Indy basically made him come to him. So he went to a dice game, won all his money, you know, went to his car and act like he was just kind of so excited about all the money that he won that he wasn't paying attention to his surroundings. Then the dude slipped in the passenger side and told him, like, oh, you thought I was just about to let it go that easy? And so Indy was like, you thought I was just going to really be slipping that easy? And then Chase was in the back. Is his name Chance or Chase? I think his name is Chase. So he was in the back with the gun. So it was like, you're trapped. You can't even try that. You're not about to get in here and try to do nothing to me because it's my man. So he was like, either we can do business together or I can let my man loose on you in the back seat. So he's like, okay, fine, we can do business together. It's cool, whatever. So he told me, like, well, I'm about to have this, you know, party in the city tomorrow. You should come through. And Indy like, yeah, I don't know, but if I do, you know, you'll see me. Because he said, he didn't tell him whether he was going or not, but he was going. But he said he don't like to let people know, you know, his whereabouts and how he moved. So he showed up at the club, you know. Everybody kind of knew who he was because he had been taking over the streets of Houston. But he liked to keep it low-key, you know, that kind of really wasn't his crowd. The flashiness, you know, going to the nightclubs, that kind of really wasn't his thing. He was kind of like a behind-the-scenes type of guy. But for the sake of getting his feet wet, he said, I'm going to go ahead and go. So he went out there. You know, he's checking out the scenery. He's seeing a couple cute girls. He likes them in a while since I've been with a woman, you know. Me and Yaya is done. And so, even if I ain't trying to wife nobody down here, I'm going to find somebody that I can spend some time with. So, you're in the club, you go to the bar, try to get a drink. And when he go to get a drink, when he turn around, he spilled this girl's drink on her. So she's like, oh my God, like, you just see me right here. Nah, I can't stay in here with this dress on. You just ruined my night. You know, do this whole thing. Like, my bad, man, you know. I ain't mean to. I ain't see you. I'm sorry. I apologize, you know. Because I'll make up for it. I'll pay you for your dress. She's like, it don't matter about no dress. You ruined my night. Now I gotta leave. I can't even stay here. So he was like, I'll take you home. Like, where you want me to take you? So she like, he like, I'm Indy. What's your name? And she like, Leah. So now y'all know Leah is the girl who told Yaya, like, I'm going to ruin your life. I'm going to go and be with your boyfriend. So she did exactly that. She had moved to Houston. She had been kind of laying low, trying to find out the right time to kind of bump into Indy. So she went to the club that night, and that was her plan. So she bumped into him. He was saying, like, she's basically asked, like, where your girl at? And he like, well, that's over between me and her. It's not really a discussion. I'm a single man. She's like, oh, okay, I can show you a good time. So he took her. He went to her house, and they hung out that night and, did what grown people do. And, she left him the number or whatever, and he left $1,000 on the dresser. So for her dress. So, he kind of went back to business and did what he did, but it was her mission, of course, to get him to be all about her. So meanwhile, he got another house built down there, from where his nanny was, and he was playing, kind of just being with Leah, because I guess that's all he had to do. He didn't have enough to do. So back in New York, well, him and Leah kind of got, I'm going to say serious, but not serious, but serious enough. She was doing drugs, and he didn't like the fact that she was doing it. He was like, that was the reason why he would never wife her, because she was just too messy with that type of stuff. And so Leah was crazy, okay, y'all? And I can't even express how crazy she was, so you have to read this book. But she was kind of like trying her best to be Yaya, or, move him out of her life, move her out of his life so that he could be with her and just leave Yaya completely alone. So they was dating, like I said, hanging out all the time and spending a lot of nights together. So she was like, he would sleep at night and she would like whisper stuff in his ear, like, you need to get rid of that house in New York. She killed your brother. I mean, all this kind of stuff while he was asleep. He was still sending her money. She like, you need to stop sending her money. So she was doing everything she could to try to get him to forget about Yaya. Meanwhile, in New York, so I'm speeding through the story because it's a lot to it, but just the basic thing. So he wound up messing with Leah for a long time. Took her to the nanny house, which is his great grandmother, which is his grandmother, and she was not feeling Leah. She was like, she ain't right. The girl got the devil in her, and I don't know who she is. Old folks, they know what's up. So she was like, like, I don't really too much dig her. And Leah didn't dig her either, because I think she knew that the grandma knew she wasn't worth a nickel, okay? So he messed with her long enough to the point where he wound up getting Leah pregnant. So that was just a catastrophe, because he was like, I wasn't even trying to do that. He was like, and I don't know how that happened, because I always make sure I'm protected and safe. He was like, I don't know, not knowing that Leah was cutting holes in the protection. Okay, she was crazy. So, meanwhile, back in New York, like, for whatever reason, Yaya wound up going to see the video again of the incident that happened with Indy and his brother. So she was watching it, she's like, oh my gosh. She was like, I just noticed that the video shows that the tattoo that Leah had, which was the same one that Yaya had, was on the wrong side. So she was like, well, if I could take this video and I could take this to Indy and I could show him that I didn't do what he think I did. So she went to Elaine's house and asked her, like, I need to know where he is so that I can let him know that I didn't do what he think I did. So she went down to Houston to find him, to tell him what was going on. Mind you, Leah was still doing drugs. She had eventually convinced him to even start doing the drugs. I don't know why he was doing it, but he did do it. But it was only for a short amount of time. And then he told her, like, now that you're pregnant, like, you need to stop doing that stuff. Like, I'm not going to do it either. And so you need to just stop doing it. So she did it again, and then she lost the baby. So when she lost the baby, she tried to bury the baby in the backyard, and then Nammy, which is Indy's grandmother, she saw her doing it. So she went over there to the grandmother's house, and the grandma was like, I knew you was evil, you know. I can't wait to tell my grandson. And so Leah was like, you're not going to tell your grandson anything. And she wound up killing the grandmother. The grandmother had diabetes, and she used to do insulin shots. So she wound up taking the needle that the grandma was doing the insulin shots, normally do the insulin shots with, and put air in it and killed her. So that was just traumatic. So, but before that, Yaya had came to Houston looking for Ethic. Dang, Indy. So when she got there, the grandma was like, hey, baby, how are you? And she was like, I'm fine. She was like, my name is Yaya. And I was wondering if Indy was here. She's like, he's not here, but you could wait. She's like, baby, what's wrong? She was like, because you must be Yaya. She's like, because you came in here with the same sorrow that he came in here when he first came here. You must be the reason why he was running from New York. And so she kind of gave a half smile, you know, like, yeah, it's a lot of stuff I need to tell him. So I guess he was taking a long time to come. So when she wound up about to leave, he pulled in a driveway behind her. And he asked her, like, what are you doing here? And she was like, wait. So the grandma was saying, like, oh, he messing with that other girl, and I don't like her, something wrong with her. She got the devil in her, and now he done messed around and got that girl pregnant. So when she said that, Yaya was like, oh, well, he done came down here and started a whole new life. Like, I don't even need to come and tell him nothing, like, about me, about Skylar, about nothing. So when she was about to leave, he pulled up behind her and asked her, like, well, what are you doing here? And she was like, well, you left me, you didn't care about me. He was like, you killed my brother. And she's like, and you got a baby on the way, and like, you move on with your life. And he was like, yeah, I trust her, and you know, she didn't put me what you put me through, and whatever you do, don't tell nobody I didn't love you, because I did. And so she crying. It was just traumatic. And so she left, and he called her back like, you feel my heart beating? And she's like, yeah. He was like, you do this to me. He was like, but I can't be with you because you killed my brother. So she never told him about the tape. Never told him about Skylar, because she was just so heartbroken. So she went back to New York and to live with Elaine, because she didn't have nowhere to go. She told Elaine, like, can you just not tell him about the baby? I just don't want to do it right now. So then that's when Leah had a miscarriage, buried the baby in the backyard in the grandmother's house, so she killed the grandmother. So he had to go to New York. He told her, like, I'm about to go to New York. She's like, you sure you don't want me to go with you? He's like, nah, I'm good. I need to handle this with my family. So he went back home for the funeral. And then when he got back home for the funeral, he was staying at his mom's house. And when he pulled up to his mom's house and went in the house, he saw Yaya. He like, what is she doing here? And then Elaine is like, well, she had something that she need to tell you. And he like, do you know what she did? And she like, yeah, I know what she did. She was like, but it's a lot of stuff that needs to be aired out. So she wound up telling Yaya that Yaya wound up telling Indy, like, it wasn't me. I got the video. I could show you. But Elaine wound up telling Yaya that she was the one who killed her mama and put her daddy in jail, okay? This is just a crazy circle of affairs. So she wound up telling her, like, you know, I'm the one who, when you came to my door, you did look familiar. I just couldn't place it. She was like, but I am the one who basically murdered her mama. And so Yaya like, Auntie lied? And she like, yeah, that's me. And so in the midst of all this, the baby started crying. And so Indy like, who baby is that? So she goes upstairs to get the baby, and then he followed behind her and meet her to the like, is that my baby? She was like, yeah. He's like, why you didn't tell me? She was like, I came down there to tell you, and you had already moved on with your life. Like, you didn't care nothing about me. So she showed him the videotape and showed him that the tattoo was on the wrong side. And so he was like, oh, well, I got to go. When we go back, like, I want you to move to Houston with me. Like, I got some things I need to tell back there, but I want you to move to Houston with me. Like, we going to be a family. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. You know, we going to go ahead and we going to work it out. And we just going to go from there. Like, that's just going to be what it's just going to be. So when he got back to Houston, he went to tell Leah, like, you know, it's over. I done made up with my baby mom. Like, and we gonna try to work this out. Now, mind you, Leah know that his baby mom is Yaya, but Yaya don't know that the girl that he was messing with was Leah, because they never said any names at this point. So when he got back, the whole apartment was tore up. She was like so frustrated because every time she tried to call him in New York, he wouldn't answer. She was just like, I can't believe this. Like, I am going to just be so upset. But now she lost the baby, but she never told him, because of course she couldn't tell him that she lost the baby because she was still doing drugs. So she faked like she was still pregnant when he got back. But he told her, like, I'll take care of the baby and I'll take care of you. Like, you can stay here as long as you need to, but I'm going to be gone. Like, so it is what it is. So I believe that that's the end of the first book. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I check to make sure that I got all the details right. And then I will be back tomorrow to give you guys the rest of either the rest of book 1 and the beginning of book 2, or I'll be starting at book 2. I have to definitely make sure. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.